Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, grand rising, top of the morning. Hello, everyone, or perhaps even good evening. And I hope that you all are having a great day. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. I'm going to give just a few moments for anyone to possibly log in. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about career goals, setting those career goals, and how that can affect your self worth, but also one challenge that I have personally ran into, which is looking at career goals and determining the difference between career goals and outcomes, because that was a major, major obstacle for me. And so we'll talk a little bit about that today. I'm up for discussion as far as if you want to join in, and let's talk about it because I am excited to do that this morning. Okay. All right. So, for those of you who do not know me, hello, my name is Lapora Lindsay. I am a certified workforce development professional and a career coach, um, certified professional resume writer. And I have just always had a passion for helping individuals within their careers just through my own personal experience with being a military spouse. And then just sometimes, many times, it resulted in me, resigning from positions or not being able to get certain employment opportunities because of the constant moves and the shifts that happens in all of life experiences was just it just happened, right? But through it all, I learned so much about how to build a brand. I learned about networking. I learned all of these wonderful tools that have been extremely useful for me. And while I was working with nonprofits, universities, federal government organizations, where I had the ability to be able to help individuals with that, I'm now currently as a self-employed doing that very same thing, and I really really enjoy it. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about career goal setting. So with career goal setting, here's the catch, and here's the thing that I think we don't really recognize. It just kind of seeps under, right? And that is that number one, career goal setting can really put us into the trap of self-esteem, where we feel like if we attain the goal, we are amazing, which we are. But we also may feel like if we don't attain the goal or if we fail to reach the goal, that we're not amazing. And that's not true. So, y'all know, or even if you don't know, and number one, yes, I say y'all, but one of the things to kind of keep in mind is that with career goals and setting is that when it comes to self-worth, our value is always there. It doesn't diminish whether or not we reach a goal, right? But I know some of you are probably be like, okay, but what does that really say? And I got you. I'm gonna break it down a little bit. So with that, we have to look at career goals as being more so directional versus we need to attain them. And so here's what I mean. So let's say, for instance, that you have a goal of you want to be employee of the month or employee of the quarter. You want to win some type of award at work, which is not a bad goal. It kind of goes into those SMART goals, which SMART goals stand for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and then time based. And then if you go with the smarter goals, it's specific, measurable, attainable, hold on, what letter am I on? Realistic, time-based, and then evaluated and reviewed for the smarter goals. But with those goals, and you say that, hey, I want to be the employee of the month, this sets the goal of it is now something that is attainable, perhaps, but it's not something that you personally are able to do. So what essentially it is, it's more so of an outcome. We're setting those outcomes versus setting a goal. So if you say that you want to be employee of the month, that's not something that you alone can control. You can't control whether or not your company or organization selects you for that position. So you break that goal down and then, or that outcome down, and you break it into actionable steps. things that you can do, things that you are working towards, the direction that you're working towards. So if you're wanting to be employee of the month, what are some particular traits that your company or organization looks for someone who is employee of the month? Is it having great customer service engagement? Is it being able to have minimal to little errors within your reports? And if that is the case, then now your goal is more so focused on increasing customer engagement or increasing customer interaction, and you can base that off of the feedback that you're requesting, right? We can't force people to give us feedback, but you can request it, and based off of that you will be able to tell whether or not that is increasing. For reports, taking a look at the amount of errors in your reports that you currently have, and then taking the time to go back to review and evaluate and to see how you're growing from there. So we see how the outcome is more so employee of the month. But then you start to set those goals that are actionable. And that is where you are able to focus more so on not attaining employee of the month, but now you're focusing your direction on progress. You're focusing your direction on um being having more attention to detail because you want to minimize those reports. You're focusing on engagement, and in those ways, going back to that self-worth, y'all, but in those ways we are seeing how we bring value. So it's really important to, number one, be distinctive or to define the difference between our outcomes and our goals, right? But then when we do that, taking a look and seeing how doing that can actually help us to see the value that we already bring. Now, doing these things may or may not result in employee of the month because, again, that's not something that we can control, but we are working towards something. We are finding ways to show our value, demonstrating what we have to offer. We are doing this within the workplace, whether or not whatever that result ends up in. And then it turns out that it's helping us because we're not constantly aiming for something that requires validation. Now, hold on just a minute. I'm not saying that validation is wrong by any means. I do believe that as human beings, we all need validation at some point, the same way that we all need failure at some point. Uh, these are the tools that we can use in order to learn. But I do just want to focus it in on that when we're setting our career goals, and in order to get out of the trap of low self-esteem, which or self-esteem in general, which can fluctuate, and we can have those really high moments and then those really low moments where we may base our motivation of, oh, I'm not feeling it today, I can't do it. Instead of doing that, taking the time to go back and evaluate some of those career goals and saying, hey, well, I'm not, instead of saying I'm going to make $20,000 a year, like, unless you are in charge of the finances and you're able to just pay yourself that, or I'm going to make 20,000 more a year, it is, what are the steps that you can take that may potentially lead there? So go in that direction. But as you're going in that direction, just really taking the time to look at some of the other things that you have going on at this time. So I hope that that was helpful. I'm always looking forward to talking about different career strategies, different career topics in a variety of different areas, with hopes that it will be helpful. And career goals is it's tricky because we do get in the mindset, I think, of wanting to always meet that goal. But you know, we can learn if we don't meet that goal. But I think more so it's about what direction are we headed in? What is our focus? Because if we don't have that focus, we will be all over the place. And so really just narrowing that down. Once again, my name is Lapora Lindsay. And if you haven't, I got to put it out there. If you haven't already purchased a copy of my book, Bottom of the Food Chain, a fresh perspective on how your career impact goes beyond your job title, I hope that you will. It is available on Amazon, um, online at Barnes and Noble, online at Target, and online at Walmart. I hope that you would pick up a copy because I really do think that it's a book that can provide some additional perspective into how If we are centering self-worth and if we're working with self-worth, it opens up a world of us being able to approach how we go into the workforce a little bit differently. And that's it. If anybody wants to reach out to me, please feel free, send me a message. Um, yeah, or hit me up on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, or email. That's it. All right. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.